tell you the truth, I don't really miss him that much because he was more Chris's friend than mine.
I don't want to talk about Chuck right now.
I know.
Because Chuck was stolen.
What exactly happened to Chuck? Can you describe the situation?
He was here, Monday? And then we were in a working group for Monday and Tuesday, and then he's just gone. He just left. And I've been asking people...
Do you think that he left?
Yes, he's gone. He's not here anymore.
Do you think that he actually left? Did something happen that made him want to leave?
We didn't have a fight, if that's what you're saying.
The first time I met Chuck was at this year's, in 2010's, the cancer relay. And poor Chuck, he was a good sport. He stayed with us right through the night. He walked for 12 hours. We were a bit concerned at some point, though, that he could get a cold because the poor thing didn't have any clothes on. There we go. This is Chuck in his bare moment. And yeah, so you can understand our concerns. And then we have a photo here of him with the group. There he is, and he's got his clothes on. And
Chris never went out with Chuck to play golf, and Chuck came to me one day. He's like, "Casper, man, you gotta go play golf." And what's up? I'm like, "All right, Chuck, we'll go play 18 holes. You got the beer?" Chuck's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Chuck, remember how you get with the beer?" He's like, "Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Okay." So we went golfing, and we had a couple beer here and there, and Chuck has like 5 or 6 here and there, as usual. And he just got so drunk, he collapsed. I had to take him to the hospital. And now he's just not the same Chuck anymore. He doesn't smile anymore. He's just stiff as a board. I miss that guy.
I guess I'm not really surprised that he's disappeared. He wasn't that popular around here. I know a couple of people that, didn't like him that much. I know one person in particular had the pants scared off them when they walked into the room, and he was sitting there. And
I first met Chuck at a rave. He had a glow stick, and he let me use it to find the bathroom, which is a really nice thing for him to do. He was always nice like that. He took care of people. And then he was on Law and Order, and I was so proud of him. He had a cameo where he came through, and they dressed him up as a 45-year-old woman, and he went through the windshield of a station wagon. It was really incredible. I was so proud of him that day. Then last week I saw him at Carlton Cards in the mall, and I didn't know it was going to be the last time. I mean, you never know it's going to be the last time, right? I wish I said goodbye. I wish I would have known that was the last time I'd see him.
Chris was going to take him to the shooting range, and he was going to use him for target practice. He told me this just this morning.
Well, Chuck, he's always been there for me, unlike Chris. You can go talk to Chuck and he's willing to listen. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss Chuck because I haven't seen him around lately. Last I saw, he was on Princess Street with a couple of guys who are, a little bit on the shady side. Kind of the guys that Chris hangs out with on the weekends but doesn't let us know. Anyways, he said he was off to buy a gun. And he said not just a poser shotgun, he wanted a real gun. So I don't know if that has anything to do with where Chuck is right now, but hopefully we'll be able to find him pretty soon, because I miss talking to him.
He was robbed from me in his prime. Taken from me.
Chuck's gone missing. That's really sad to me because I had a really good time with Chuck last summer. We went to Ross's place and went swimming and goofed around and put a wig on. And I might have hit him a few times, but he's a dummy. Come on. Probably the thing that I'm going to miss most about Chuck is that, we had a plan to go out to the bonfire and shoot some shotguns off, and dress up like clowns and all kinds of funny stuff, but now we'll just never know. I kind of miss seeing him in the back of Chris's car every day.
Chuck and I are good friends. He's now in a much better place.
What does that mean? Do you know where he is?
I have no idea where he is.
Well, I remember Chuck from the cancer relay at the RMC. Seemed to be a pretty nice guy, but I'm not too sure because he wasn't too talkative. But basically, he seemed to be a good guy.
It was hard for all of us to walk around the Relay for Life for all those hours, but Chuck, he just kept going. He, you know, did it the whole time. He was there in the stroller. Chris carried him around. He was just inspiration. He just was able to carry on. When I got tired and I couldn't do it any longer, I just thought, you know, Chuck kept doing it, and I can do it.
I don't really miss him.
You know what else I realized? He still has my little wig on. He has my clothes on him. Or my hat. They stole my hat too. Like, they could have just taken the hat and the mullet off too.
Wow, I heard the distressing news about Chuck. I, for one, am quite distressed. Chuck and I, we go back a little ways. He and I did some time with the Relay for Life, and most recently, Chucky and I, we did a haunted walk at CDA down in the basement, and I got a lot of opportunities to talk to Chuck, and I'm just very distressed. I really like the guy.
Chuck and I are in good. I was trying to think it.
Okay.
So he still can use his upper body.
To what?
Teach.
What are you doing?
You gotta say something about Chuck.
So good luck, Chuck.
It's always going, oh, Chuck did this, Chuck did that. I can't believe he's gone. You're
Teach you the difference between good touch and bad touch.